I'm fuming right now. I am so angry. Have EA tested FIFA? Like, at all? Did they just like, this goes here, this goes there, release? Do they not test it at all? They're just like, go. I need to calm down. Something just happened, and I'm not sad, I'm not disappointed, I'm angry. Because, listen, if a game comes out and it has a couple of bugs here and there, I understand, but, you know, that's kind of like what FIFA 19 was at the end of its cycle. It came out and it was pretty poor at the start. It got better. FIFA 20 is just shocking. It's probably the biggest topic on my channel. It's all I talk about. I always complain about how bad FIFA 20 is, but when you have to play it day in, day out, it messes with your head. It physically hurts your brain. And people who don't know what I'm talking about cannot say get over it. They do not have a right to say that. They don't have the right to say that. They need to just try and see my perspective here. What's happened is I was doing 2 career modes on a certain account I have. One was an Ajax career mode just because, you know, why not, just off camera. And another was Leon. Now I had a backup save for Leon and a Leon save. The Ajax save was one I did at the very start of FIFA 20, and then I got into the Tottenham career mode, did that, and when I finished that I deleted it, then opened up Leon. And I thought, I'll go back and visit Ajax. I went on it a couple of minutes ago, you know, it's there and that's all good, so I back out of it, and I didn't do anything, so I just pressed exit. I didn't save it anywhere, so it should have been at the very bottom of my 3 saves. I had Leon, Leon backup, and Ajax, okay? You're following along? Because Ajax is at the bottom, I go into it, but I don't save it, so it's not at the top anymore, it's still at the bottom, so I don't save it at all, okay? It's still the same though, because I didn't edit anything in it. I just had to look through the squad, blah 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 blah. And then guess what? I go into Leon. It's Ajax. It's my Ajax career mode, where I was just up to. I'm like, wow, damn, okay. Well, I guess it might be just another glitch. Let's go check in the backup. It's the exact same. All 3 of my files were now the Ajax career mode where I was currently up to. Long story short, the Leon treble career mode can't be finished because EA decided to not test their game. And if I accidentally saved it in the Ajax file, I would know about it, and I would be open about it. I would say, you know, that's my mistake and all that sort of stuff. It physically saved it in the Ajax, it's physically saved the Ajax career mode in my Leon and Leon backup. I don't understand how a game can be this bad. Why do you play it still? Because it's literally the only thing that interests me. It's like everything I do has something broken in it. My god, man. It's so frustrating. I don't know if this counts as a silver lining, but I'm trying to look at this from a positive perspective, and I'm giving you my raw emotions because this happened like 10 minutes ago. I found this out 10 minutes ago. It's not even a silver lining. We shouldn't have to, but I guess we can, you know, we can start the RTG a bit earlier. But I'd rather finish the Leon treble career mode. I was having so much fun with it. I was enjoying it so thoroughly. And EA are like, nah, bitch. Not happening. You are not finishing that career mode because we hate you and we just love giving you a hard time. So thanks a lot for that. EA, just really appreciate that. That's so nice, so thoughtful, so worth the money we paid for your game. Yeah, so worth it. I was doing some of the episode yesterday. All good. Saved it in the Leon and Leon backup file. I think I was midway through episode 12 or 13. I can't remember which one I was up to. But the one that you guys now would have seen probably today and haven't. I was nearly finished. And guess what? I come to do it today after obviously, you know, checking out my Ajax career mode and not playing any games. As I said, I didn't even move a player from right to left wing in the formation. You probably don't, you know, completely understand where I'm coming from here. But you get what I mean? Like, I did nothing to it. I just had a look around the Ajax save. And didn't save it back as Ajax, so it still was like Ajax. I think I played it on like the 12th of October was the last time I played it. I didn't spend too long on it. I do most of my off-camera stuff on the other account. So then I come onto the Leon career mode after having breakfast. But it's not the Leon career mode, it's just where I was up to with Ajax, where I was up to on October the 12th last year. I don't have an explanation for why that's happening. I bet EA don't either. If FIFA 21 is somehow half as bad as this, I think we're going to have to move over to a different game. The FIFA community, I watch a lot of FIFA YouTubers, and I don't know how they play this day in, day out. I guess they get paid tons of money, but that doesn't take away the keep together, the horrible experience they have to go through. And some of them don't even know what they're doing, you know, and I would just appreciate it if EA, I know no one from EA is watching, but I just want to get it out of my system. EA, you have to test your games. You have to test your games. Give every single little mode, everything in the game. Make sure that it works 10 times over. Okay, you have a year to release each game. I don't know what's going to happen with FIFA 21 with the whole COVID business, but I couldn't care less about that right now. And if you're going to implement new systems, regardless of whether they're new or not, any system that you're implementing into the game, make sure it works. What's the point of releasing an $80 game if it doesn't work properly? Where's the fun in that? I don't play Ultimate Team, but I know Ultimate Team is not great. I mean, they've put a lot more time and effort into Ultimate Team than career mode, even though I thought it should be much more balanced out. They've shown that, yeah, you know, career mode people, even though there's so many people that play career mode, I think it's the third most played mode in FIFA. I think behind Kickoff and Ultimate Team. I think pro clubs might just edge it though. I don't know. I can't remember. I looked at that a few months ago. But career mode for me, this is my personal opinion, is the most fun mode on FIFA. When it's working properly. When it's not working, this is a good example of it where it's literally just... you probably can't see that, but you see the Champions League background there, the blue? I was in the Champions League with Ajax, okay? And just getting on to my next group stage game or whatever. And I've already been knocked out of the Champions League in the Leon career mode. That I obviously purposely did that, and that was done ages ago. And if you can see the blue background there, I can't be bothered to screen record and show you because I'm just not feeling up to it. I just feel deflated now. That blue is of the Ajax Champions League group stage thing. You know, it's just shocking. And I know this is probably something that no one else has ever had happen to them. But it's quite literally just decided to put Ajax in all three of the saves. Not just one of the Leon ones, but all three of them. Why is that okay, EA? Why is it okay for you to literally put us through so much frustration? Frustration, and that is all that you've given us. You haven't given us a good football game. You haven't given us an enjoyable time. You've given us frustration. And this is on the boundary of pushing me to make a video of the top 10 things that the EA have stuffed up in FIFA. I'd have to narrow the list down by 300 or 400 to get to a top 10. So I might do a top 50, maybe. There are so many different things. There are so many little things here and there that accumulate your frustration together and just make you want to throw the controller through the screen. I'm obviously exaggerating, but you get what I mean? It's just shocking. And now the Leon Treble career mode's gone. In my opinion, it was more fun than the Tottenham career mode. We're on track to win the league. I think we got into the final of the it might have been the Coupe de la Liga. I can't quite remember. One of the two cups. And yeah, just gone. Not by my control. I would have owned up to it if I had saved it in the wrong file. Not that I'd saved the Ajax career mode in its own, let alone the 2 Leon ones that I had. But if it was my fault, I would own up to that. Like, you've seen it in game. If I've stuffed up and lost or dropped points because of myself, I've owned up to it and I've said, like, you know, this is my fault. I hold my hands up for it. But more times than not, the game doesn't do what I clearly intend it to. If I tell it to pass, I expect it to pass, instead of just letting it roll through their legs. If I tell it to shoot, I expect it to shoot, not kick it out for a throw-in. If I, you know, tell it to tackle someone, I expect them to tackle them instead of just rolling the ball back to them, you know, and ricocheting it back to them. I'm at a point where I might just give up with FIFA 20. I'm only saying that because I'm angry, obviously, but you know what I mean. Like it's so frustrating playing this game. And I know I've rambled on for about 12 minutes about how horrible an experience like this is, but I just want people to kind of make a stand. I'm not trying to start a movement or some stupid thing like that. I'm trying to get my message out there to the 4 people watching, saying this is not okay. We don't deserve to go through this. We have done nothing. We've actually paid EA. We've paid them accumulatively. That's not a word, I know, but I couldn't give 2 tosses right now. All one word correctly pronunciated, but nonetheless, we pay the millions all up for FIFA, and we get this in return. Our money's worth should be FIFA 19's flowing game, without the team sheets issue, without the lineup issue, which they didn't fix all year, and they still haven't fixed pretty much all the things that are wrong with this. Get on it, EA! Get on it! You've had so long. We're in April. And this wasn't here before. There was this issue. There are so many issues with negotiations. Like, you add a player in and it inflates the price. Like, what? Who thought that was a good idea? And I probably look like a childish little toddler throwing a little tantrum, but I don't care. I've lost the will to care now. I'm just so annoyed, man. I don't think I'll be starting my career mode, my RTG career mode yet, although I might. I'm going to be doing half a season an episode, so there's that to look forward to. You guys won't even watch it, so what's the point? Just so frustrated. There's nothing I can do to prevent these bugs from happening. EA, just, I know you're not watching or whatever, but EA, if... fix your game. Fix it. I think I'm getting tired of saying this, but there are so many little things wrong, and some huge things wrong, with FIFA. I'm just going to go through a couple of them now. I cannot be bothered to make a separate video on this. It's not they don't deserve to have them talked about much anymore, but I'm going to keep complaining because they deserve that. As I said, negotiations inflate the price. The team sheet issue, where if you make a separate team sheet, I think 60 to 70% of the time, rough guesstimate, it will still play the default squad. What's the point of having a second team sheet? This isn't a bug, but this gets me. You have to connect to the EA servers to get and customize players with accessories that you already own on your account. player interactions, man. They're playing literally every game of the season. Oh, boss, I'm not being selected enough. I want to leave. You haven't been subbed off once. You've played every minute. There, for example, in a Leicester career mode, right? Soyun Chu, rotation squad role. Yes, rotation squad role. First season, he's played 24 out of 24 Premier League games and played one of the 3 Carabao Cup games. Okay, you following? 1 out of the 3 Carabao Cup games. And he had played, by that stage, all the Premier League games. Every single one. And he wants to leave. You've missed 2 Carabao Cup games. I remember one was Forest Green at home. Why would I play you in that? You're one of my best players at the moment. He was on great form. And he said he wants to leave. If a player wants to leave, whatever. Just... It happens in football, even though it shouldn't happen in a video game. It's something you can't control. That I don't think that's okay, but nonetheless, if it was for that purpose, whatever. But he quite literally said, because I'm not getting played enough, when he's getting played every game. Transfer offers sometimes, and I quote sometimes, this has probably never happened to a lot of you, they will ask for a price. This is usually for people that want to leave and then, you know, automatically transfer listed and you can't do anything about it. It's pretty stupid. So they, you know, say, I don't know, Man City come in for, I don't know, Nicolas Pepe. They offer 90 million. Why would they? But you know what I'm saying? 90 million when his base value's, let's say 70 million. I don't know. I'm just making up random numbers here. And then you ask for, say, 110. I think that's a fair counter. They might come back with 105, 100, maybe even stick to 90. And if they do, it's just cheapskates. But you can just about take that on the chin. They come back with 30, 40 million. I'm not even kidding you. Blackpool career mode, Christian Eriksen, I had him and I was trying to sell him to Real Madrid, 3rd season. They come in with 123 million, it says I can get up to 144. So I asked for 140, and they come back with 48 million. Now I'm not saying 48 million is not a lot of money, but he was worth like 68, 69 million. And that's not a joke for the internet to enjoy. It's just shocking. They have not tested any of this. It's just ridiculous. Press conferences, oh my god, they still haven't fixed this. You could be on bottom of the league. Oh, you're invincible so far. How are you going? Even if you're top of the league and you've lost like 1, maybe 2 games, you're invincible. How does it feel? I've had examples where I've literally lost. I lost the Champions League final in a Manchester United career mode, right? Just off camera, I did 1 season, and I put myself in the Champions League just to test the game. And we literally lost the final 4-1 to Barcelona. Congratulations, your team has been crowned champions. How does it feel? And then all the options come up, like my lads performed admirably and whatever. And the lads did it. And stupid answers like that. Is there a possibility the opposition will win? No, they can't possibly beat us. Is there a possibility that they will win? Is that? I feel like turning into Nigel Pearson in that current status. You must be an ostrich for asking that. And that's one of the most common questions. The good questions like, well, what would be a good one? Your unbeaten streak has continued when you're actually on an unbeaten streak. We're not obsessed with this. Sooner or later, it's going to end, yet your team morale goes up. Some of the responses are stupid, and I'm not making any sense. I'm just rambling on about garbage here, but just... You get more... So you get, like, an offer every 3 days for a player that the board has transfer listed because he's unhappy. But when you transfer list a player, sometimes you won't get one offer in an entire window. You probably experienced it yourself. No offers. This player will not relocate because he's too important for the club. Moves the next week. You can't sell young players. The negotiations break down every freaking time. I just have to remove all the bad young players that I don't see a future at the club for from the squad before I start the career mode, because they're going to take so long to go. They're going to take so long to be sold. Oh. And I'm not even cutting this video. Like, I've pretty much not edited it at all. I've just wing it kind of thing, you know. But again, one last time, EA, fix your game, and at the very least, make FIFA 21 godsend. We've had to put up with FIFA 19, which wasn't great. FIFA 17 gameplay was terrible, 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 terrible. FIFA 18, the passing was poor. But I did enjoy FIFA 18. I'm not saying it should be like FIFA 16 because we're nearly 5 years ahead of FIFA 16, but FIFA 16 was on par. It's why my first ever FIFA. That's why it's my favourite, because it was on par. It met expectations with foot draft coming in, all this sort of stuff. It was nice. It was really good because all the FIFAs before that, some had faults. It was a good flowing thing. FIFA 17 comes out, good game, but the gameplay could be much better. FIFA 18, very different gameplay. I think people just didn't adjust to that right, but it was still good. FIFA 19, everything was pretty good. The player's positioning was terrible. The passing was worse than FIFA 18. You could aim straight to a player and it would go out to the freaking dressing room. And then you've got the issue where the team sheet issue. It's been an issue since FIFA 18. It's shocking. As I said before, you can make another team sheet, but it would still play your default squad. It happened on the Masterbucks channel with Wolves, if you don't believe me. So go check out that series. It's a great series, by the way. It has like 70 episodes, so you have to find that. I can't remember which one it's from. Regardless, it's terrible. Player stamina is so inaccurate. I'm sorry, but it really is. And then on FIFA 20, at random, some games, your players are not going to be any different to other games, and you'll get them into, like, they'll have a red bar under their name. Every single one except for, like, the keeper and maybe the centre-backs and one full-back and whatever. And then the next game, they've got half stamina at the end of the game. It doesn't make any sense. I don't really have anything else to say, to be honest. That's literally it. But going back on FIFA 19 one last time, it wasn't really good because it would mess up your lineup. You know, you would select a clear lineup, and then it would put your left back at centre mid, your centre mid at striker, your striker at centre back. Like, it would just mess up your player positions for no apparent reason. Okay, I do want to say FIFA 20 dynamic potential, love it, works fantastically. But I just don't like the amount of game time. You know, they ask to leave when they're like playing every game, and they're saying, oh wow, you know, play me more. You have a prospect squad role, you're 49 rated, and you've already played 3 FA Cup games and 5 Premier League games, and he's nearly unhappy to the point where he wants to leave. The board will sack you for the stupidest things. If you put 2 either release clause in, you're gone. If you don't sell a player that's unhappy, even if you're at a 95 manager rating, you're gone. If you're getting bad results 4 or 5 games into the season, gone. For example, Jared HD, fantastic YouTuber, love him. He's on Fulham career mode, only his 2nd season in the Prem. He was at a 51 manager rating after finishing 13th, their 1st season in the Prem. Completed the brand exposure and financial goals. Got to the FA Cup semi-final, I believe. 51 manager rating. That's like 10 above getting sacked. Next season, like coming 13th, 12th, same place as he finished. About 16, 17 games into the season, so barely into the season at all. Has much time to bloody break the top 7. His manager rating's like just a tad higher. It's ridiculous. I'm done. I've spent nearly 25 minutes rambling on about this stupid game and how bad it is, but long story short, the Leon Treble career mode is over. So I hope you guys are so appreciative of that. Just ripping the chat. And just a round of applause for EA for making such a well-working and completely verified, authorized, and tested game for us all to play.